So Nintendo is selling Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for $20. And guess what? You're going to buy it. And listen, at the end of the day, it's your money. It's your money. You earned it. You can do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying? That's not my issue. See, my issue is a little bit more broad, right? So, as of the last couple of years, we all know that modern Pokemon has been, I'll just say it, a little trash, right? And part of that is because they really don't have to try, because they know that the masses are going to buy it. And the masses are you and me. Now, see, I'm not going to buy it because the quality really has gone down. I would say ever since we transitioned from the 5th generation to the 6th generation, I would say the quality started to take a noticeable dip. And I'm not just talking about the art style, right? That's subjective. Whether you like the pixel style, whether you like the 3D, that doesn't matter. I think that the Pokemon Company, Game Freak, and Nintendo co-owning Pokemon, you would think that a IP as high grossing as Pokemon would have the funds to pay the devs or to hire more devs to really get the time that they need to really churn out a polished game. And it's weird that we haven't got that, isn't it? Outside of the Switch by itself being not as powerful, but it's strange that we really haven't got any polished games. And I'll tell you why. It's because they can churn out actual trash and the masses will buy it. I've seen people initially have problems with Sword and Shield when it first came out. People were looking at the leaks, people were looking at the videos, the trailers. It was like, you know what? It doesn't look that great. And then people played it, like, you know, the story's not that great, the gameplay's not that great and everything, but somehow they deluded themselves into thinking, this is fine. You know what? The next generation will be better. And then eventually we got Legends Arceus, which, okay, people were like, okay, I like the concept, you know what I'm saying, going back in time and catching Pokemon. But then they looked at everything else. They looked at the art style. They looked at the environment. They were like, you know, there's a noticeable dip in quality. You know, the grass textures look a little low poly. Not in the good, cool Nintendo 64 PS1 kind of low poly, you know, nothing like that. More so like, this is actual trash quality. And, you know, they bought that though. Then they released the broken mess that was Scarlet and Violet, sorry. Scarlet and Violet came out to a thunderous applause of people online saying, this game does not look good, it's trash, the story's bad, the champion's weak. Something I noticed is just that people are still going to buy it anyways. And even as most recent as Pokemon Legends ZA, something that was highly anticipated, people were waiting for it, and then it comes out, and then the entire city of Lumiose is just one PNG. And not even a high quality PNG, it's a low quality PNG. I don't understand. I know y'all got the money. It's just that they don't really have to try because people are going to buy it anyway. They don't care because you don't care. See, I know, I'm sure you heard the phrase, vote with your wallet. People say that online all the time, but they're very performative. They don't really mean it. Nothing ever goes anywhere. Of course, before we even get into a wider debate, those games are available other places online. You can play them if you know where to go. If you know, you know. But if you don't want to, I understand why you might buy it, because you want to play it on your Switch or you want to play it on your TV. That's fine. That's fine. Just understand that there are other ways that are a bit cheaper than spending it on that, especially when there's no massive changes to the game. So outside of the home compatibility that was confirmed in today's Pokemon Presents, no online play, you know, it's just local, which is great. If your friends live by you, fantastic, all more power to you. I don't think I'm ever going to change how I feel about that. You can still do it. I just would not do it because it just feels like we're rewarding bad behavior, bad business practices. Like, they know it's going to print money, so they don't really care to make it good. Now, the new Pokemon Wind and Waves looks good. We'll talk about that in a separate video, and we'll talk about that later. But it being a Switch 2 exclusive is great because they can really harness the power of the Switch. And all those Switch 1 port beggars, I think it's time to get your money up, not your funny up. That's all I'm going to say. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys next time in the next video. I just wanted to talk about how crazy it is that they're selling ROMs for $20. But you know what I'm saying, that's your prerogative. Buy it if you want. Don't buy it if you don't want to. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to think you're crazy. Peace.